Hi friends, welcome back to our channel if you've seen our videos before. If you're new, my name is Abby and today I am doing another reading vlog. Welcome to my desk. Please ignore the blanket that's on the closet doors. It helps with echo in here. This is where we film our videos. The background is behind you currently. But yeah, so this is where I do all of the editing and various other things that I do in my life. This is one of my happy places. So, welcome to my desk. This is a new angle for us. It's been, at the point when I'm filming this, about 3 weeks, I think, since I filmed my last reading vlog, and I think that was really good. It went really well. It was very helpful, and frankly, my reading has been kind of non-existent since then. I did finish a couple of the things that I had mentioned at the end of that one that were kind of time sensitive. Shadow and Bone had to go back to the library, finish that one. Reflection we had the live show for, I'll link that up there. It was very fun, and so I did finish that one in time. So those kinds of things I did finish, but then basically since then I have not done that much reading, really. I figured if it worked last time, perhaps we try another reading vlog and see if I can get even more reading done this time. So, here's the plan for this week. This week I am dedicating mostly to ARCs, which, if you've never heard that term before, it's an acronym that stands for Advanced Reader Copy. Basically, this is where an author will send a reader, a reviewer, a copy for free of their book in exchange for a review. It's not required, but it's kind of, you know, that's why they're giving you the copy, is so that you'll review the book. I think most of the books that I'll be reading this week are already available, but some of them I have are upcoming releases as well. My goal is just to get through as many of these arcs as I possibly can this week. I don't know how we're gonna do, but we're gonna try. My first two that I want to read are Hope in the Dark, which I talked about in my last reading vlog. I am about 50% of the way through it, and I'm really enjoying it, so I just need to hunker down and finish it. It's a Christian historical fiction about two characters, Lizzie and Samuel. She has just moved to this tiny town in Idaho. It's the 1800s, and he works at the general store, and there is some sketchy stuff going on in town, and I think they're gonna have to figure out kind of what's going on. And the other one I am focusing on this week is a physical arc, The Lost Wonderland Diaries by J. Scott Savage. This was sent to me by Shadow Mountain Press, so thank you to Shadow Mountain for sending this my way. I am 193 pages in, and I am enjoying this so much. It's got everything that I liked about Wonderland without the thing that I didn't like about Alice in Wonderland, which was Alice herself, if I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm very much enjoying this. Currently where I'm at, we are in the Red Queen's dungeon, so I don't know how they're going to get out of that, but I'm assuming it's going to have some sort of logic puzzle involved. So those two are my first goal for the week, and if I can finish those, I will start in on something else. But the other thing I have to start this vlog with is some book mail, because frankly, is there any better way to start a reading vlog than with book mail? I think not. I think not. First up, while we're on the topics of arcs, I actually won this one in a giveaway, and this is These War-Torn Hands by Emily Hayes. Can we talk about this cover? How beautiful is that? So this is Knights of Tin and Lead Book 1. This is Emily's new release, and my understanding of this, first of all, is chunky. How many pages is this thing? 415 pages. From what I understand and what I've heard about this, this is King Arthur, but in the Wild West. So I'm very excited. And I don't really know much more, but I'm very intrigued because there's like a cast of characters in the front, and the first one is Dr. Sykes, old as the hills, with as many secrets. Well, I'm very intrigued. And the other piece of book mail I actually purchased, and I pre-ordered this book, so I have pre-order goodies too. And it's Yesterday or Long Ago by Jenny Sauer. Jenny is one of my favorite people and one of my favorite authors. I just absolutely love her books. This is a spin-off of her novel Rook de Goo, but they can totally be read separately. And this one is Aladdin meets Pride and Prejudice, and it is the sweetest story ever. It is so fluffy and wonderful, and again, look at this cover. I can't. There's like the needle and the crown and the lamp and all the books. Just perfect. It's just perfect. I actually got the honor to beta read this for Jenny, which is slightly different than advanced reader copies. A beta read is basically something before ARCs go out at all, It's Beta readers are some of the first people outside of like your editor to see your story, to read your story, and if you're beta reading for someone, you give them feedback, thoughts on the characters, on the plot, if something feels off, if there's typos that somehow got missed, whereas an ARC reader is mainly just for reviews during or after publication. So an ARC reader typically gets a basically finished copy. Usually it's something's different, like the proper cover's not there or the formatting's a little different, but it's basically the end result. Whereas a beta reader, it's often before any of the actual formatting has gone in, so that's the difference. But yes, I have already read this one and I absolutely loved this. This follows Rinity, who has always loved books and stories, but on this planet that she lives in, the library is exclusive to the rich and the powerful and the royal. You have to have like credentials to get into the library, so she has always snuck into the library under the cover of night just to read books and spend time in the library. One day while she's in there, she meets Tov. At first she thinks he's just a librarian. He's really sweet and handsome and they click really fast. Then it turns out he's the crown prince. And Rinity's best friend Amaya has more of a Pride and Prejudice story with royal advisor Gibbs. So it's two love stories in one. I love it. Because I pre-ordered, I got pre-order goodies, which is always fun. So the first ones were character art, so this is Rinity, this one is Amaya, ooh, and then Tov, and Gibbs. And these are fun because they also have their character playlists, some like songs that inspired them on the back, which I think is so fun. So yes, I love that. And also some stickers. So this one is Gibbs and Amaya, and then this one is Rinity and Tov. Look how cute they are! I love it! So yes, I'm very happy that this is finally in my hands. It's so pretty and I just love it. So that's all I'm gonna say for the intro of this video, because heaven knows it's already too long. So let's get started. So I think we're just gonna do this vlog like last time, Sunday to Sunday, and we'll just see what happens. Let's get to work. Wish me luck. Hello, it is now 8:15 p.m. Had a very quiet day today. Not much has really gone on, but got a little bit more reading done, so there's that. I am now over the 200-page mark, and Cheshire Cat is back, so very happy about that. I'm not normally a fan of the Cheshire Cat, so it's kind of surprising, but in this one he's a robot, and it's called Clandestine Automaton Tabby, or CAT, but he prefers to go by Cheshire. So I'm very much enjoying this so far, but now it is time to watch the new Aurora Tea Garden mystery on Hallmark. I'm very excited. Been waiting for this one. So I will check in with you tomorrow. Hello and happy Tuesday, my friends. Yes, I am wearing a Christmas t-shirt for two reasons. One, I miss Christmas, and two, it is one of the comfiest t-shirts that I own. So yeah, I said I was going to update yesterday. I did not, because I didn't do much reading yesterday, but I did a lot today. Well, not a lot, but I did some today, and finished this bad boy, so I'm super excited about that. It's a very stormy day here in Central Florida, or at least it's been thundering for several hours, and no actual rain has happened yet, so I have a feeling that's going to happen soon. But as everyone knows, rainy weather is the best reading weather, so I'm hoping I can get some more reading done today, start something new, and get that done. So let's talk about this. So this is the Lost Wonderland Diaries by J. Scott Savage. This is a middle grade story about Celia. She's a descendant of Charles Dodgson, aka Lewis Carroll, who wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, among many other things. Celia does not like reading. She is dyslexic, so she struggles with stories and reading comprehension a lot of the time. But her mother is a librarian, so you can kind of imagine that's a bit of a struggle there for her. One day she meets Tyrus, and honestly I related a lot to Tyrus. He uses a lot of fictional references to Narnia and Middle-earth and Star Wars and all these things. He's definitely more of a fanboy than Celia, and I loved that about him. The two of them, through a series of circumstances, end up falling into Wonderland, but it is not quite like the Wonderland they've always heard about. Something has been causing the residents of Wonderland to go crazier than they already were. I think the power just blinked. That was freaky. Ooh. Something has been causing Wonderland residents to go crazier than they already were. Celia and Tyrus meet Sylvan, who is the young rabbit sent to find the Alice, who is going to save Wonderland. This is so much fun. This Wonderland is not quite what it seems. Celia and Tyrus meet the clandestine automaton Tabby, or C-A-T, who prefers to go by Cheshire. They meet the Hatter and the March Hare and the Dormouse, who are stuck in a loop of a tea party. There's obviously Sylvan, the young rabbit. There's White Rabbit, who has gone berserk. There's the Queen of Hearts and the King of Hearts, neither of whom are quite what they seem. And I had so much fun reading this. This reminded me of the PBS Kids shows of my childhood, or like the books that I read when I was growing up that are like an entertaining story, but there's also some information and education in there. Homeschool life. There's like times where they have to solve logic puzzles, riddles, or math problems, or whatever. It's really well done. I thought if you've been here any length of time, you probably know Alice in Wonderland is not my favorite. But my problem with the book Alice's Adventures in Wonderland wasn't Wonderland, it was Alice. So I think this was kept all the things that I enjoyed about Wonderland. It's whimsical, it's fun, it's wacky, but with new characters that I just fell in love with. I really liked Celia and Tyrus a lot. I love their friendship and the way that it grows and kind of changes throughout the course of this story. They meet each other right at the beginning of the story and kind of become friends throughout the adventure. I had a blast with this. I would highly recommend it if you have a kiddo who loves Wonderland or fantasy adventures, and there is a bit of an epilogue at the end that kind of lends itself to suggesting there may be more stories to come with these characters, and I am definitely looking forward to those. So, I'm giving this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, so thank you again to Shadow Mountain Publishing for sending this my way. Because this storm is a brewing, I need to pick my next read, and I'm honestly not sure. So I have 2 more physical arcs. This one is Abort by C.D. Hewlin. This is a sci-fi story. I really don't know much about it, but it's pretty short. Also, this cover is really pretty. I love all the space things about it. And then this one I talked about right at the beginning because I just got this in the mail, these War-Torn Hands. This was not technically sent to me for review, this was a giveaway win, but this one's really intriguing. I started reading the first page and I am into it, so I think what I'm going to do is read the first chapter of both of these and then kind of decide which one holds my attention. They're very different in size, so this one's a lot thicker, but I'm very intrigued by both, so I think that's what I'm going to do is try a chapter and then decide which one to read. So I'm going to go read these first chapters and I will catch up with you later. Okay, quick update. I'm going to talk kind of quiet because it's 11:15 p.m. and most of my family is already asleep, which tells you it's been a long day. I read the first chapters of both of these, like I said earlier. This one, excellent first chapter, really intriguing, really made me curious to read more, but this one, the first chapter was super ominous and I was very curious. So I am now 53 pages in chapter 10, very much enjoying it. I will give you more thoughts tomorrow. Hello my friends, welcome to Wednesday. Today is a very stormy day here, and honestly, that just gave the perfect ambiance to the new Loki episode that dropped today that we just finished watching. Today, my goals are to edit tomorrow's video and read this book. So, I am currently, I don't remember how much I told you last night, but I'm currently on page 53, chapter 10, which I think is about a third of the way through. So, very excited about that. Basically, this, so far, we follow Commander Mason Wyatt, and he is on this ship. He's just woken up after 9 months of cryosleep, and he does not remember why he's on the ship. Like, he knows it's his job, but he can't remember what the mission was. And there's one other guy, Carter, who also woke up and is also on the mission, but apparently at least half of their 4-man team is gone with no trace. They can't find the other 2 guys, so suspicious. Also, like I said, they can't remember what their mission was, and there should have been orders in the computer, but the orders are not in the computer, which leads them to believe one of two possibilities. Either the orders were never put in the ship, or there's someone else aboard who has deleted them. And yeah, so like I said, I'm a third of the way through, and I'm excited to read more of that. But first, editing. Also, yes, I am wearing my hair in braids again. This is currently my favorite way to wear my hair because it's got all of the keep it out of my face effect of a ponytail without the headaches that I sometimes get from having my hair up in a ponytail. So, and I feel cute. So, it works for me. Alright, I will edit a video and I will see you later. Hello my friends, and welcome to Thursday. So, you know, I'm really gonna have to start updating this vlog at least twice a day, or it's just gonna be ridiculously boring. So, let's talk about abort. I'm currently on page 99, chapter 16, and whoo, the plot thickens. So, like I said before, we're following Mason Wyatt and Carter McCord, I think is his last name. They're these two people that are on the ship, and they're the only two that are awake. But what they found on the ship is that there are 60 million other pods with sleeping people in them. We've always known there was something that happened in Mason's past to put him in this position that he's in currently, but we didn't know what it was, and that is one of my favorite plot devices, let me tell you. We know this big bad thing happened a long time ago, but we don't know what exactly it was, and then about halfway through the story we get it uncovered, and it's like, tear that trauma open, I want to know all the things. I love that plot device. So that's been really fun. I haven't stopped thinking about this the whole time I've been reading it, so I'm really excited to see how it's gonna end. In my comfy chair, I've got a snack, I've got the book. Let's do some reading. I'm really excited. Whoa. Plot twist. Okay. Okay. Whoa. 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 Dang, a lot's happening. I've only got like 10 pages left. What? Oh gosh. What? Okay. Let's talk about abort. First of all, let me just say, I'm giving this 5 stars because, whoa. So I don't read sci-fi that often. It's not really something that comes across my radar. A lot of the time is, frankly, it's just over my head. Like, if I go for sci-fi, it's probably more along the lines of Star Wars, which honestly is more space fantasy than science fiction, if you ask me. Anyway, but this is straight up sci-fi, and I think it's because it's pretty short that I didn't struggle that much. Like, there's not too much description of the actual mechanics of things. It's not really explained how things work, just that they work. And honestly, I'm fine with that. So this whole story is all about the question of what qualifies as a human life. Is it when they start getting memories? Is it when they start feeling pain? This was just, it was great. I honestly think it was perfect pacing-wise. It was long enough that we got answers for all the questions that we needed to know, but short enough that nothing was repetitive, nothing dragged on too long. I love the way C.D. Hewlin used, like, flashbacks. Sometimes they can be hit or miss, but I think he did it perfectly with this book. Yeah, wow. What a story. I am obsessed. So glad I read this. Thank you again, C.D. Hewlin, for sending this my way. I loved it, and I highly recommend it to any and all of you. Seriously, if you're scared of sci-fi, don't be scared of this. I was telling my brother about it, and he he said it sounded like the premise of a video game, and honestly, it reads like a video game in the best way possible. It'd be like one of those games where like they'd push a button and some hologram would pop up that like is a conversation that occurred before they woke up and all this stuff. I thought it was great. Highly recommend. Super excited that I finally read it, and I can recommend it to you now. Yay! Okay, so now we have to decide what I'm reading next, because I need to read some on my Kindle. So I have a few arcs on here that I need to get to soon. I am still finishing up Hope in the Dark, which I talked about in my last vlog, and at the beginning of this one too, I think. But honestly, it's kind of slow going. It's slowing down in pace. I think I might want to start something else today, because I'm in the mood to devour another story. So, you know what I think I'm gonna do, because I'm a nerd? I have my pink sparkly D20. So I got my dice tray. What I'm gonna do is I am going to roll this and see what I get. So if it's numbers 1 through 4, I concentrate on Hope in the Dark and I finish that. If it's numbers 5 through 8, I read Ignite, which is a superhero story. If it's numbers 9 through 12, this is me trying to math really quickly in my head. 9 through 12, We the Wild Things, which is, I think, going to be pretty feelsy. I think it's set in maybe like the 80s. I might be wrong on that, but it's got definite Outsiders vibes to me. The Outsiders is not set in the 80s. It's set in the 60s. I digress. 13 through 16, With You I Am, which is a romance. And then 17 through 20, On These Black Sands, which is a pirate story. These are all arcs that I have or have been sent. We the Wild Things and With You I Am come out the soonest. I want to say they come out, they're both still in June, and it's currently June when I'm filming this. And then On These Black Sands and Ignite both come out in July. And then Hope in the Dark is already out. So, let's roll the dice and see what we were reading. Yeah, I could have done a D6 or something, but like, this is more fun. Okay, here we go. Okay. 10. Okay, I said Hope in the Dark, Ignite. What was number 3? We the Wild Things? Cool. Alright, the dice hath spoken. Let's read a little bit about this. So, Brian McBride is somebody that I've heard a lot of great things about his books, but I have never actually read one. So this looks like it follows Peter, Ruth, and William. And the last tagline says Peter Pan meets Bridge to Terabithia. So I have a feeling it's going to be really sad, but also I'm very intrigued. So I've actually never read Bridge to Terabithia, but I know everyone cries. So I think there's going to be a bit of a fairy tale element, maybe? I don't know. I'm excited. Let's start reading. Hello, happy Friday. Today, I think we're gonna do some filming when Hope gets home from work, so that's exciting. Until then, I am going to read We the Wild Things because I am obsessed. I am obsessed. Honestly, I have been in such a weird reading mood lately. I have not been motivated to read at all for like 3 weeks, and it's killing me slowly because I love reading, and so when I don't feel like doing it, it's just like a piece of me is missing. It's been a while since I've had this kind of story to be obsessed with, and I'm very happy about it. We the Wild Things is about 3 characters. We've got Peter, we've got Will, and we've got Ruth. They're all 3 foster kids. Will and Ruth are siblings, and then Peter has recently come to their foster home. He comes at the beginning of the story to their foster home. They've all got a lot of trauma, a lot of things that they're dealing with. Peter's mother disappeared years ago, and that's what put him in the system. He is convinced that she is in Neverland. She told him about this place called Neverland. That's not quite like the Neverland of Peter Pan, but it's similar. And he is just convinced that if he can find Neverland, he will find his mother. So I just finished part 1, and in that part we meet all 3 characters. We bounce around between their points of view, and they have run away. Well, kind of. Will and Ruth have gone along with Peter to help him find Neverland. He is convinced that he can find it if he just follows this, like, mysterious thread. So what I love about this, it's like there's a tiny hint of some sort of magic, but it's not like a magic system. It's just a little, almost fairy tale-like magic, and I love it. Today I will start part 2. We're out in the woods following this mysterious thread that Peter is following, and I am very excited and very sad. This is gonna be very sad. I can already tell, but like, I'm here for it. I'm loving it so far. I will update you later. Hello and happy Saturday. I am about 20 minutes out from doing a live show with some of my Disney friends. We're gonna talk all things books, so I will update you later. If you joined us, I hope you had a good time. I don't know how it's gonna go yet, because it hasn't happened yet, but I'm excited. Say hello to the reading vlog! Alright, so the live show was super duper fun, as I knew it would be. I will link it down in the description in case you missed it and you want to go and see all the shenanigans we got up to. Now it is about 10 p.m. and I think I'm gonna go read some more of We the Wild Things. I want to say I'm almost 200 pages in. I know I'm over 50%, and I'm loving it. Will I cry? Probably. I've already almost cried. So, there's a lot of very heavy trauma that these kids have gone through, and I'm sad. I want them to be happy. I have 10 pages left, and I have... It's so sweet. And the good news is these are happy tears. I was fully expecting sad tears, but oh my goodness. Hello, my friends. It is currently Tuesday. That's how long it's taken me to feel up to filming a wrap-up for this. I've been under the weather semi for the past couple of days, which is unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? The good news of that is I've actually done some reading. The bad news is I felt under the weather and didn't actually wrap up this vlog. So let's do that now, shall we? So this week was ARC week, trying to just get through as many review copies as I could. That number ended up being 3. Here's what I read. The Lost Wonderland Diaries, J. Scott Savage, 4 stars from me. I would definitely recommend this to middle grade readers who love Wonderland and some whimsy and adventure with a few logic puzzles along the way. The plot of this was super engaging, and honestly I'm excited to see what a sequel to this will look like. So yes, this one was a win. Abort by C.D. Hewlin, 5 stars, definitely another win. Sci-fi, super mysterious, lots of plot twists. The characters were super interesting and intriguing, and the pro-life message was fantastic. So if this is something that seems up your alley, I would highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. Super short as well, so quick read if you need to get your Goodreads goal up, like I do. Okay, and the last book that I finished this week was We the Wild Things by Brian McBride. How do I describe how much I loved this book? Really, it's a story about grief and fear and trauma and friendship and family, and how the things that we go through make us who we are, but we choose actively day by day that we are more than our worst moments. It's heartbreaking and it's hopeful, and it's just a beautiful story. The blurb said it's a mix of Peter Pan and Bridge to Terabithia, and I haven't read Bridge to Terabithia, but I would definitely, from what I know of that story, I see the connection there. It definitely reminded me of that. I think if you're a fan of Claire Vanderpool's writing, Navigating Early, Moon Over Manifest, this is like a little bit older version of those books. And honestly, it reminded me a lot of The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, and I don't really know why. I think maybe like the family bonding of becoming a family, I think, is kind of the vibe that I got, and like the running away portion. Overall, it was just perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. Content warnings on this one for sure of abuse, child abuse, sexual abuse. The trauma that these kids unpack and the things that they went through were definitely heartbreaking and heavy. And it's definitely kind of a heavy book, but it is such a hopeful book as well, and honestly that's what I need in my heavy books. I gotta have a hopeful message or it just makes me sad. But this one really ended, I thought, in a beautiful place. I cried at the end because I was just so proud of them. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be one of my favorites of the year. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I am just still emotionally traumatized, but it was so good. Also this week, I forgot to kind of tell you guys, I think I'll just update you a little bit now because I'm halfway through Why Didn't They Ask Evans by Agatha Christie. I picked this up because I was listening to Lost Wonderland Diaries as my audiobook. I pretty much always have one going, but when I finished that, I was like, well, I need another audiobook, so I went back to my tried and true of this year, which is Agatha Christie. This one is so ridiculous, but it's so much fun. We follow Bobby, who is the vicar's youngest son, and Frankie, who is the daughter of an earl, and they've been kind of acquaintances since childhood, borderline friends, but like they're not super close. One day Bobby is out golfing and he finds a dying man, and the guy's last words are, "Why didn't they ask Evans?" And then there's some super suspicious stuff that happens at the inquest and all of these things, and Bobby and Frankie decide they're going to try and solve the case. Where I'm at right now, Frankie has taken it upon herself to come up with the most convoluted plan to try and solve this case I have ever seen. It's so enjoyably ridiculous. I love it so much because it's something that only these characters could have come up with, you know what I mean? There are no professional detectives in this story at all. It's all amateurs, and I think that is so interesting and so fun, and yeah, honestly, I'm having a great time. So I'm about halfway through that. Then the other thing that I've been reading the past few days, I am currently 100 pages into These War-Torn Hands. I kind of told you guys about this at the beginning. This is set in a fantasy world. There's like dragons and creepy creatures and all sorts of fun things, this is like my favorite kind of fantasy, where it's like basically our world, but also there's dragons, and I am here for it. So this follows Rosamund Lacey, who is going west to marry Archer Scott, who's the governor of like this great big western territory, and on her way she is attacked and kidnapped by Alexander Mortimer, who is calling himself the Outlaw King of the West, and he and Archer have this like rivalry from way back, and so far it has been absolutely action-packed. I am so into the story, loving it so much, and actually the day that I'm filming this clip is the day that this released, so hooray! So as far as arcs go, these two are already available and out in the world, and so is this one as of today, so yay! And We the Wild Things is probably out by the time you're seeing this. I don't know when it's going out, but there's a pretty good chance it's already released. So that is it for this reading vlog. Let me know in a comment down below what you are reading right now. Are you enjoying it? How's it going? Are any of these books intriguing to you? Do you think you're going to check any of them out? Let me know all the bookish things in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below for more Disney and bookish magic, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!